Hi everyone, I'm just going to take you through some of the features of Google Classroom so you can support your child in their home learning. Google Classroom is a web-based learning tool, and it's what we've chosen to deliver our lessons to our students at the moment. So we use it to post work, to communicate with your children, and also to provide feedback to them. So I'm just going to show you some simple ways that you can check to see what work they have and that you can support them in their learning. So first of all, in terms of accessing Google Classroom, parents don't actually have access to the classroom, but we encourage you to log in with your student and review their work and assist them with their home learning. Your child has access to Google Classroom from their DET portal, so they all know how to get onto their student portal, and they need to click onto the G Suite tab here, which you can see highlighted in purple. You can also download Google Classroom to another device like a phone, and you can just go to your app store to organize that. So when you open up Google Classroom, you're going to see a home screen. And each of these little tabs or cards links you to all of the different classes that your student is in. So this is actually my daughter's classes, and I've actually just put her into my physics class, and we're going to have a look at that one. We're going to play with that one. So if we look at each individual class, we'll have a look at this first one. We can see the name of the class, we can see the teacher's name, and then we can really easily see any work that is due in the next few days, the next week. So that's a really good starting point, and it's a good thing to see, like just to check when you open up that home screen. The next thing we're going to have a look at here is our to-do button. And we're just going to click on that. When we do that, we get this page here. And what I would say to you is if you only have a minute or two to help your child, then the best thing you can do is ask them to log into Google Classroom and click on that to-do button, because what you'll see is all the work that's been assigned to them, the work that's missing that they haven't submitted to their teacher, and work that they've done. So you get a really quick overview of all of the work that's going on for them across all of their subjects. So here at the top here, we can just toggle between assigned, missing, and done. And that's a really quick way for you to check up and see how they're going. So if we go back to our home screen again and we look at these cards for each of the classes, we're now going to click on one of the classes. So we're going to click on this physics class, which is obviously not a Year 7 class. Okay, here we go. So when we do that, we come to something called the stream. And this is basically the same as what you would see when you open up Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. It's just a stream of posts that the teacher has put up, messages they've shared. And it's just a place where the students can communicate with the teacher. They can ask questions and they can receive announcements. What we're going to do, though, is we're going to go into classwork here, because this is where we can find the work that is actually set for your child. So if we click on that, we come to this page. So when we're in here, you'll see, first of all, that there are these big headings. So we've got online learning and general resources as big headings. So they're our topics. So you should be able to find where the work is based on the topics. The next thing we're going to do is just have a look and see what work's actually due. So we can see here, this is an assignment. It's just classwork that's been set with a due date. So we call that an assignment. And we can see that this is due on the 29th of August. So if we click on that, we get more information. So you'll find all the instructions on how to do the assignment in this section. You can still see that due date. But the part that's really important that we want to actually really explore here, we want this part here called View Assignment. So if we click on View Assignment, we come to this page. And here, if we scroll down, we'll see all of the information, all of the instructions for that work. We'll also see all of the documents that are attached. So there might be a text, there might be some links to videos, there might be a quiz to do. And the other important thing that you can see here on the right-hand side is a section where any documents that have to be submitted, you'll find those there. So here you can see there's a Google document that this student needs to actually open and complete and then submit. Now you can help them, you can help your child to work on that by clicking on the document and viewing that document. You can also add another document. So you might have to add in some photos or upload some other work, and that's where you click on the plus button, add or create. And once that's all done, it's really important to make sure that your child is actually pressing turn in. So a lot of students do the work and then forget to press turn in, and then the teacher can't see that it's finished. So that's really important. And if your child is saying, I've done the work, and they're being told by the teacher that they're not getting it done, it's most likely they haven't clicked that turn in button. Now, the other thing you'll see highlighted in that purple box is private comments. And you can actually add a comment there that will go to the class teacher, and it won't appear in the stream. So it won't be that everyone else in the class sees it. It could just be a question that student wants to ask directly to the teacher in private. So that's a really good function. If your child's having any trouble with this task, that's where they can ask a question about their specific work to get help or to get feedback. Okay, so how do you keep track of what's going on? If you're not able to, or you're in between looking at their Google Classroom, the other way you can actually get caught up to see how they're going is you can get Guardian summaries. So you should be getting these. Sometimes they might come once a week, they might come once a fortnight. What I'd suggest is that you click on the settings at the bottom of the email that you receive with the summaries, and adjust whether you want them weekly, fortnightly, or monthly. At this time, during home learning, it's a really good idea to obviously be getting those as regularly as possible. So if you can click them to weekly, then you'll get an idea of what your child has submitted, what work was set, and anything that's missing as well. So lastly, just thank you for taking the time to engage with Google Classroom and for helping us to deliver lessons to your child. Because we are a partnership at the moment, and we always are, but particularly at the moment. If you have any questions, you can call the school or email the school, and we'd be happy to help you out. Thank you.